So for the bikini division, it's very important to have overall balance and symmetry between your upper body and your lower body. And to do that, you want to focus a lot on your shoulders. Today, I did about 15 reps for all 4 sets. As far as weights go, it doesn't really matter how many pounds you're lifting. I want to make sure that the working sets that I'm doing is actually activating the specific muscle groups that I'm targeting. Oh, you're feeling a little shaky. I feel like I can't move, but got a really nice pump going on. So I'm happy. We are trying on new products, new colors. These are my favorite pants ever, the Rockaway, and they came in this, what are they calling it? Heather pink. Oh. They're calling it heather pink. So obviously we're getting shorts in for the summertime, so we're gonna try on some new shorts and new cuts for the shorts. So gonna get all geared up in the new year. Here in Dallas, Texas, at the Better Bodies headquarters, which is also Destination Dallas, which is their gym that's connected to Better Bodies. So it's really cool because they've brought me and Jeremy in. We're athletes for Better Bodies. I've been with Better Bodies for over 4 years now, and this is the first time I'm actually coming into the headquarters. And this morning they actually had us sit in on the Monday morning meeting, which was really interesting to see the back side of things, because we've really only seen the athlete side where we get the clothes, we post stuff on social media and help them with marketing, but to be able to see the back side and what they're working on for next week, month out, future. It's just really exciting to be included in the culture of the Better Bodies company. So that's like one part of the excitement. And then we got to try on a lot of the newer products that are getting released in the next couple weeks. And end with that, do a lot of product shooting, which means we have the white background. These are products that actually get to be on the website. And I will tell you guys, kind of a bucket list item for me. Ever since I started with Better Bodies, I've always wanted to come into the headquarters and be part of the backside marketing thing. So to be able to be part of the photo shoots and be on the website for the products, like kind of geeking out over here. So for the bikini division, it's very important to have overall balance and symmetry between your upper body and your lower body. And to do that, you want to focus a lot on your shoulders. For me, I always start with the medial delts, which is this part of your delt. So I'll either start with what I did today, where I was doing shoulder presses. A lot of times I'll do at least 4 working sets, anywhere between 12 to 15 reps, just depending on the weight that we're using. Today I did about 15 reps for all 4 sets. As far as weights go, it doesn't really matter, how many pounds you're lifting. I'm never, trying to sit there and beat my best. I want to make sure that the working sets that I'm doing is actually activating the specific muscle groups that I'm targeting. So what you should be feeling is, as you're taking your weight and pressing it up, you want to feel it in the medial delt. What you don't want to feel it in is your traps. So a lot of people have the mistake of allowing the traps to take over when the shoulders tire, and that will be a signal for you to actually lower your weight. So a good tool to use is actually watching the mirror, and if you're seeing your traps engage when you're pressing, that gives you kind of the signal to either make sure to kind of bring your arms back down, readjust, and drop your shoulders. Because the minute you bring your shoulders kind of up to your ears, that's when you're going to engage your traps. So you just kind of want to relax your shoulders and bring your hands up almost in a natural position. You don't want to look to click the weights like this and close them close to your ears. You just want to bring your arms straight up and make sure that when you're bringing your arms straight up, you're actually squeezing your delts. So that's definitely one little tip that you want to make sure when you're doing presses that you're actually doing them correctly and not engaging the wrong muscle group. What I end up doing after shoulder presses is lateral raises. Lateral raises, again, I like to do 4 sets between 12 and 15 reps, just depending on the weights that I'm using and how I'm feeling. Same premise applies. You don't want to engage your traps while you're trying to engage your delts. And one thing you want to focus on is as you're bringing your weights up, you almost want to bring your pinkies up a little bit before your elbows and slowly keep the weight manageable up and down. One thing you don't want to be doing is swinging your body to use the momentum to bring the weight up. You want to keep your body nice and still. Sometimes a lot of people like to go up against a wall or a pole to stabilize your body. Keep your body still and bring that weight up. Another thing is you don't want to engage those traps again. So if you feel like you're engaging the traps, either reset yourself, bring your arms back down, or drop your weights down. So the next set I did as a superset, I did front raises into upright rows. I really try to hammer my medial delts because that's what's going to give you the little pop when you're posing in bikini. But front raises, for my shoulder, my anatomy, it's better for me to bring my palms up versus keeping your palms facing down. So I would just bring my palms up, again, making sure you keep those traps disengaged. A lot of times it's harder for you to do heavier weight when you're front raising, So just make sure that you're paying attention to how your front delts feel when you're doing that. And then I went straight into upright rows. Again, big thing, traps. Like traps are always wanting to come into play when you're doing shoulders. So when you're doing upright rows, make sure that you are bringing those rows, like bring your hands straight up to where they would naturally come. Don't bring it up like this. Just bring it up to the point where you can feel it in your medial delts and then come back down. Again, paying attention not to swing your body, to swing your weights using the momentum. You want to use just muscle. Okay, so the last set I did for shoulders are rear delts. I like to do a variation of rear delt movements. This time I did cable face pulls. You want to make sure that like the cable is almost eye level, and then you're going to bring the cables with the rope attachment straight to your face, hence face pulls. So I did about 3 sets of 15 for those. Again, making sure that you're keeping your body stabilized and you're just focusing on bringing the weight back and keeping your traps disengaged. So chest and triceps, I don't do a lot for either of those just because it's not a huge concentration for the division I'm in. We literally just want to activate the muscles, make sure they're getting a nice little pump, and then, I only do 2 sets for each muscle group. So for the first set, I made it a superset. I did incline chest press, and the reason why we do incline chest press is just to get like the upper pectorals. And same thing with that, you want to naturally bring the dumbbells up to where your arms extend, not having to cling it together, and then just bring it back down. And then as far as the overhead tricep press, same thing, want to keep your body nice and upright, don't arch your back too much, but you just want to have your starting position here, ending position here, making sure you're engaging your triceps. Which and then the last exercise chest flies today was and also then the tricep kickback. So same thing with incline flies, Just make sure you're not bringing it open so far that you're overextending your chest muscles. You just kind of want to bring it to a neutral stance and bring it together, not clinging the weights together. And then with the kickbacks, you can either do unilateral kickbacks, or I like to do both at the same time, where you use your body for support. The most important part about doing kickbacks, making sure that your neck or your head is in line with your spine. So when you're bending over, you're not doing this, you're not looking at the mirror. You want to keep your neck in line with your spine and just take it from the 90-degree angle and kick it back. So when you're doing the kickback, again, don't use momentum, not bouncing your weight. Just bring it back and then bring it back to your start, making sure that you have a really nice tempo for all of the exercises that you've done today, with no swinging, no using the momentum. But definitely want to have a good tempo so that you're engaging the muscle and they have a good enough time under tension that they're actually feeling the load being worked. Well guys, that is it for the training session. Thanks again. My name is Jen Ronzitti, or Jennifer Ronzitti, ifbb Bikini Pro. I'm here at Destination Dallas, also the Better Bodies Warehouse headquarters. And thank you so much for tuning in.